Hey guys, I'm Kendall Coddington, your current Blackhawk TSA president. I would like to share a few tips for this upcoming school year that hopefully will go well and coronavirus will not interrupt again. I want to share some tips about how to effectively have a meeting, because I know there's always those amazing Cafe 13 meetings that, there's a lot of snacks, there's a lot of jokes, but there's not really a lot of work. So I want to tell you some ways that I learned to help make those meetings more productive, but still have fun with your friends. First, I would just like to say before I start, I miss you guys so much, and it's driving me crazy not being with you guys at Nationals. And you may be watching this later, but when I'm filming this, I don't even know what day it is. It's like summer-ish. We're nearing the end of the school year, and we had to spend states at our houses, and we are not going to be able to attend Nationals, so hopefully next year we'll all be together again. Hi guys, so this is me from after editing the video. While a lot of people learn from lots of examples, lots of analogies, lots of giving examples about off-the-grid and video game design meetings gone wrong, and watching me make weird quirky faces for like 10 minutes, I realized that some people learn with just a quick bullet point list, like here's what you gotta do, boom, boom, boom. So I don't really make the video structured that way, and I thought a lot of people would want them structured that way because there's a lot of people that learn like that in TSA. So if you look in the description, there will be timestamps for each point if you want to skip ahead to each point after you've gotten enough of one point. So check the description if you don't want to hear me talk for 10 minutes. All right, let's get started. So point number one, a lot of, I think, chapter meetings for chapter team members, this is the biggest problem. I don't know why specifically chapter team, it just goes like that all the time, because everyone's busy working on their main events, because oftentimes chapter team is not everyone's main event. Then everyone's waiting for everyone to free up to do a chapter team meeting. So my first recommendation, start and stop meetings together, because president calls the meeting, goes down to Cafe 13, vice president eventually follows, we're waiting for the other members for like 15 minutes, and then everyone's there except for one of the members, and we're like, we'll just wait like 5 more minutes for them to come down. No, that's already like 20 minutes spent just waiting for the meeting to start. Don't start a meeting unless everyone's there. So start and stop the meetings together is point number one, because it saves so much more time, everyone's on track right away, and it just gets the meeting flowing right away. All right, point number two. So it's kind of an agenda or a checklist for your meeting, because a lot of times I see this the most in more project-based events, like video game, children's story, off the grid, stuff like that. People go down to brainstorm, and then they're brainstorming about, how's our interview gonna be like if we make it to Nationals in a couple months? How's this? No, you have to have a structured meeting, or else chances are it won't go much anywhere. So ahead of time, make a checklist, or at least just ground kind of points that you want to cover in the meeting, so you know exactly, all right, this is checked off, so now we have to discuss this next, and then so on. And it'll get so much more done because you're more on topic and the discussion's more guided and not about watching old cringy vines that we always did when I was in whatever grade, 7th grade, and we had a video game meeting every single day. So yeah. Right, number 3, so we got prioritize your checklist that we made in point number 2. So every meeting is bound to go like this. So in the beginning, finally everyone's focused because everyone ends up showing up. We're focused for really focused for 10 minutes, and then someone mentions the tea about someone breaking up at school, and then we start talking about tea, and then, oh, video game design, let's plan one graphic, all right. Oh, guess what happened the other day at the, I don't even know, guess what happened at formal, oh, that's cool. And then it gets this zigzag of focus where, oh, super focused, and then we slowly go down, and then it makes a downward slope until there's just no meeting anymore. So in pretty much every meeting, the most focus is at the beginning because people are more excited and into the meeting, and there has been no minimal distractions that have come up. So prioritize your agenda. So like the top 20% for the top most important events are mentioned first. So say, okay, I'm gonna use off the grid as an example. So say the documentation is due for regionals, but you don't have to do the structure yet. But you still want to plan the structure to get ahead. You're going to want to plan who's doing the documentation, how you're going to do it, and how you're going to distribute the work. Then maybe start planning the structure, because even if you get through all of those things, the most focus is going to be on the first thing. So that's point number 3. Make sure you prioritize your events, most important at the top, and mention first, least important at the bottom, and mention last, because chances are that will be least focused last as opposed to first. So that was point number 3. Basically, to sum it all up, put your most important events that you need to cover first, mention them first in the meeting, because most focus will be at the beginning of the meeting as opposed to the end, and put your least important things that aren't really super important to cover at the end of the meeting, just in case people start to lose focus. Wow, you made it all the way to point number 4. You're dedicated. Go you for still watching this video. So point number 4. After each conclusion you come to, summarize it and maybe even write it down to help out, because let's just say for video game design, because normally I target off the grid, but I'm feeling in the mood for video game design right now. So say you come to the conclusion that your graphics are gonna be pixelated instead of not pixelated, like, woo. Anyways, say you come to that conclusion after a lot of debating, because, you know, that's how meetings go, everyone argues, whatever. You come to that conclusion, and there's always that circumstance where we make all these decisions in the meeting, and then, yeah, that's real fun and whatever, and then you go back and it's time to start making these graphics, and you're like, what just happened in the meeting? And that happens to everybody. A lot of times when so much is covered in a meeting, it's really hard to remember specifically what was covered. And that's why summarizing each conclusion you guys make in the meeting really helps, because instead of remembering every little second of the meeting, you can remember each individual point after all the discussion. So after you come to the conclusion of, in our video game design scenario, making pixelated graphics instead of non-pixelated graphics, restate, like, okay guys, so we are going to make pixelated graphics, and I'm going to write that down on our checklist that we made all the way back in point 2. So yeah, it'll help people remember, and it'll also make it more just organized in general, so there's not that one person that's like, oh, we never said that. Because sometimes that happens. And also, if anyone misses the meeting or joins the team late, it'll really help, because they can kind of catch up with the meetings afterwards if you write it down, which is an additional thing. But at least just restate the conclusion afterwards to get everyone on the same page. But writing it down is an added bonus point, so you could do that too. Alright, yay, we made it all the way to point 5. That's awesome. So the last point is one that's like, it's gonna be really hard to follow, but meetings are actually done best when there's other people in the room other than your team. And I never believed in this when I was younger, because I thought like, oh, that one kid that's always working on like, I don't know, I'm not going to target any more events because I don't want to make people feel like I'm targeting them, which I'm not. But that one kid that's always working on this event, it's like, hey guys, did you hear about this? And gets everyone off topic. However, this doesn't actually happen as much as a team in a room alone, just talking about whatever happened at school that day, and then like trying to stay focused when important people walk by in the hallway and see them. But then the second they leave, it's like, all right, let's get back to sitting on our phones. So I experimented with this year to see how well meetings ran when they were in a room full of people versus a room alone. I was really shocked to see that the room full of people actually was a better meeting space, because you have kind of accountability partners to make sure you guys are on topic. People are more likely to be accountability partners than distractions. And you also have the advisors that'll make sure people aren't distractions. So they're there to help. So yeah, Cafe 13's a great place. It's really fun, great for snacks. But if you really need to get stuff done, maybe just stay in the room. Like, if it's not snack break time, like, make your snack breaks fast. Gosh, people, please. But if you really want to have a genuine meeting, I'd recommend just having it in Mr. Link's room in front of everybody, because Mr. Link can help give input. I'm always there. I'll try not to distract you guys, because that's hard. And yeah, it's so much easier to just do it in a big group. So yeah, that's my last recommendation. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I love making these videos because I know there's not a lot of people watching them yet, but as the new TSA season starts, if it's called season, I don't really know. I don't know. I think these videos will help people decide which events they're doing, and kind of when people aren't really in that pre-conference stress, people to really kind of learn about TSA. I don't know. But yeah, if you want to see more of these, subscribe, because I'll probably be posting more. I don't know, probably. And that was so loud. Comment if you have any more questions. My voice got really deep. Yeah, comment any questions. I'll be checking this channel to answer questions. And yeah, I miss you guys, and I hope quarantine's over soon so I can see you guys all again at TSA. Miss you.